Hi, Mr. Canada here, and today we're going to look at drawing what are expressions onto number lines. So, in the last video, we looked at given a number line, can we find what the inequality was and express it? Now it's the reverse process. So, example 1, we want to draw x is less than or equal to 3 on the number line. So, your first step is drawing your number line and labeling it. So, typically the standard is whatever your value is, pick a couple of points, bigger and smaller, and make sure they're labeled. Right? So you don't actually need as big a number line as mine to include that many negative values. I have a standard number line that I'm just using that goes from -5 to 5. So, but we do have to label it. So we know that we're working with x. So we want to label our number line just like before. So we label it. That way we know, hey, this is the number line that we're talking about, just in case there are other on the page, or maybe multiple values on the same. So, step 2a, we want to draw a circle above or below the number given. So what number are we given? Well, we're given the number 3, so we're going to do that. Okay. Then, step 2b, this is only if it's less than or equal or greater than or equal. Okay, well that's us, so that we're less than or equal, so what do? We shade in the circle. Right, okay. Sounds good to me. Nice and simple so far. Step 3 is draw a line starting at the circle and in the direction specified by the inequality. Well, we're less than or equal to 3, right? So that means that we're going to start this direction and ending at the other value using a circle. Well, do we have an end value? No. Oh, we're going to keep going. So what do? Keep going. I don't know what to do. Oh, we draw an arrow if at the very end. So at the very end, we can just draw ourselves a little part to our line that makes it an arrow, and that tells everybody that, hey, these values are going to keep going past what we have on our page. So, first one complete. Example 2, we want to write 3 is less than x on a number line. Well, I've tried to say this before, that I find that just very awkward to say 3 is less than x. I like switching it around when I see like that, because it makes more sense for me to say x is bigger than 3. Because remember, we can do whatever we want here. We just have to switch these around. Right? If we switch these around, we have to turn this around as well. So notice that it's pointing in a different direction. So here, we're going to draw our circle. It is only greater than, so we're not shading it in. And then we're going to draw our line to the right, where it's going to keep going. One thing that we did not do, though, is label our number line with our x. Lastly, label it. I'm going to label my number line first this time. And then what are we doing? Well, we're less than 4. And there's -3 on our page as well. Okay? Let's look at a -3. Well, that one has a less than or equal. So we're going to shade that in right now, so we don't forget. Let's look over at 4. Nope, that one can just be less than 4. So it can't be equal. We'll leave it like that. And we know, whoops, should have been a line. We know that we should have, therefore, a line connecting them, because x lies between those values. Here you have 5 questions. So as per usual, pause the video now. When you're ready, press play, and then we'll go through the answers together. Okay, so welcome back. We're going to go through these answers ever so quickly. So first thing we're going to do, indicate our number is at 2. Sorry. So our number is at 2. Let's draw a little circle. And then, well, it's less than, and it's going to go the entire way, right? So let's just draw that now. Going the entire way. Here, our next one, we have x is greater than or equal to -4. So we have -4, and we're greater than or equal. So greater than or equal means we shade it in, and then it keeps going to the right side because it's greater than. One thing I'm going to go and do for all of mine right now is make sure to include my labels. That way I do not forget and get penalized at one point. Here, our value is 5. It has an equal sign, so we shade it in, and it says we're less than. So we're going to go all the way to the end and keep going. Okay, now looks like it's bounded on both sides, our x. So it has a 5, and we have -3. So we know right away that we can actually go and connect those lines, or connect the circles by a line, and then we can look, well, they're both less than or greater than. So we just leave it like that. We don't have to shade in. So there is no real step-by-step process you have to do any order of this in. You can do it all at once. You can intermix the order. It's kind of up to you what you feel more comfortable with. But I would, until you get into a routine of what you're supposed to do, just stick with kind of I should do this, I should do this, I should do this, I should do this, and then keep that order every time, like a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Lastly, we have -1 and 1. So a circle at -1, a circle at 1, connected by a little line, and then it's just greater than -1, so we don't need that shaded in, but we need the other one shaded in. Okay,